Contentment. Now this is not easy to come by. One is generally not content with anything. So we draw a line and say, okay, enough. I don't want to indulge more into this. This is contentment. Now, it's not only about physical possessions, it's also about the mind. Very often you may have just one cowpea. I know some people who have only two cow. You know what's a cowpea? No, it's a kind of cloth which is tied on around the waist, like an underwear. Somebody called it an Indian tie. So they said, where do you tie it? Not here, sir, here. Yeah. So, this cowpea, it's called a cowpea. It's also called a langoti in Hindi. That is the old-fashioned wear that people have. When you do martial arts and so on, usually people use a langoti. Nobody. In Malayalam, it's called kodam. In fact, in the ancient Kerala martial arts, there is even a hold to make a person immobile called konangutipidi. You means put your hand underneath and hold him with the cup so he can't move. So, I know people who have only two sets of this, but whose minds are always ambitious about whether they would become the head of the ashram. That is not contentment. They might have few belongings, but the mind is still craving after something. Now that is not contentment. Contentment comes when you understand that peace and happiness is more a state of mind than what you possess and where you are and where your station is. Till that happens, you cannot be content. So the first requisite for developing contentment, it is the understanding that to be content does not depend on what you have or what you don't have, but it's a state of mind, which can be at peace at any point, in any way, whatever happens. I've lived in many ashrams and so on. I've found this. People where they have only two pairs of clothes, simple food, but the mind is always working. After the Mahant dies, they won't say die, but Samadhi, who will succeed? They use the word Samadhi because holy man, no, so you cannot say died. Actually everybody dies, but anyway. So, contentment is a state of mind which can be developed by understanding the fact that contentment does not depend on what you have or what you don't have, but it's a state of mind. Like if you're in a beautiful forest or you're sitting quietly under a tree, temporarily you're contented, at least. That temporary contentment will make it a habit and then you'll be content. Which does not mean that you should not plan anything or work. In fact, all planning and all trying to do things works better even when you're contented, rather than when you're agitated. So, a calm mind is a creative mind.